Trans women get periods. I know I don't. Maybe you do, though. There's always been this division in the trans community where there are people who are uncomfortable with other trans women who talk about their periods. And sometimes that discomfort is driven from internalized transphobia without a question, or just a general sense of pick me. I'm one of the good ones, right? The thing I've learned over 6 years, though, is that liberation is more important than assimilation, in that they're never going to pick you, honey. Ever. And all we have, really, is each other. So it's hard to see sometimes when these conversations occur and people choose to broadcast it in a way that repels others, perhaps invalidates some, or just completely dismisses other people's lived experiences. And there are studies about this, and there's no conclusive scientific evidence that, in fact, it occurs. It might be psychosomatic. It might just be the estrogen doing its thing and causing muscle cramps. I just know personally I've never experienced it. But what I do know 100% is that by invalidating other people's experiences, or for example, gatekeeping our gender identities, it's extremely harmful. There are as many different experiences of gender as there are people, and there are as many different trans identities as there are trans people in the world. And it's a fact that a lot of us are vulnerable. A lot of us live in really difficult, marginalized situations. And throwing labels around, whether you're transsexual, you're not a real transsexual, like, okay, I'll use that word to describe myself. Absolutely. I I am at this point a transsexual. At least that's what my doctor calls me in the clinical paperwork, because it was written in 1977. But I'd never lay a claim on somebody else and say, you're not a real transsexual, or you're not a real trans woman because you're not one of the dolls. We're all one of the dolls, babe. Like, can't we just listen to each other, be open-minded? Most importantly, be compassionate. Wouldn't that be really great for our community? Anyways, y'all, what do you think? If you're trans, do you have those symptoms of what it's like to have a period? Obviously, we don't menstruate, but enough trans women that I know personally or have read about online talk about it. What are the symptoms for you? How often does it come? Is it monthly, quarterly? Do you get it? Like, what's going on here? Share it, and maybe people who are dismissive of this, maybe read the comments, have a listen, and we can all learn something from each other. Because I know just because I don't experience it doesn't mean you don't. Thanks for watching. We gotta have each other's backs.